Good morning, guys. Say good morning. Say good morning. No? Nothing? Jerk. So, yes, I'm in a jacket because it is pretty chilly out. I don't know why I did that because you can't really see anything. Not like you can see the cold. Yesterday, I went over that test a million different times. And I looked out because the answers were actually already written in there for like 98% of the questions. So, I went over those and over those and over those and over those and then went over the table tests. And I have a good feeling that I kind of got it down, but at the same time, like, I don't know what it is. Like, I remember in high school, which I never really, there were some tests I tried to study for in high school, but I remember whenever they would lay the test out in front of me, like, my mind would just go blank. I could know the material like no other, but they lay the test in front of me, and my mind goes blank. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen today. But I'm getting ready to go into Chick-fil-A, and then once I get out of there, they're probably going to ask me to do filters, which I'll just go ahead and do, even though I'd rather be here studying before I go into Rafferty's. But I don't have to be there till 4, so they usually, anyway, always cut me out around like 11 or so whenever they tell me that labor's bad. So it'll still give me some time whenever I get home to study up more, so it'll be really fresh in my mind before I take the test. But I actually got to go here in like the next like 5 minutes, head out to Chick-fil-A and get that truck going. So I'm going to do that and just pick it up whenever I get out of there. Well, just got out of work and it was good. It was really good. The truck was actually like 45 minutes late and we still finished it. I think it was around like 9:40 is when we got done putting everything away, which they gave us to like 9:30, scheduled from 6:30 to 9:30, you know. And even though the truck's 45 minutes late and we were a person short, we still busted that truck out in like 2 hours, which is really, really good. Hold on. Not sure what the laws are about vlogging while you're driving, but I just kind of passed the cop, so I was like, it's not good. But anyway, they didn't have me do the filters or anything, so it's actually like almost 11, and I don't have to leave the house until like 3:20 to get over to Rafferty's at 4, so that gives me about, I don't know, a good amount of time to study for the test. So I'm still kind of nervous about it. I think I'll be nervous about it until it's over and done with and I find out if I passed or not. But yeah, I need to get home and study pretty hard. So when I got home, I was exhausted. And I looked over the test and went through it a few times and decided, alright, I'm just going to lay down and take a little bit of a nap. Woke up like maybe 5 minutes ago and now I have like a half hour to get ready for work. So that's awesome. Well, one last little overview before I go in here and get this test going. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous, but whew, I gotta go in there now, so let's do this. Hopefully I pass. Bad news. I failed the first test. Yep, I failed the first test, so I gotta come back tomorrow at 4 and retake the first test. They said it's not a big deal, you know. The thing that got me was the abbreviation. You're supposed to, if you get a 90% or above, then you passed. I got an 82%, 82, so they were like, well, you did a lot better than most people do on the first test, and the first test is the one that people fail the most out of the 4, so not necessarily a bad thing. One of the questions I went blank on, and that was like -5. But the thing that killed me was the abbreviations of all the food. Like, I mean, I got some right, but there was a lot that I got wrong. Especially on this page. Like, all those X's. Oh, those little X's. 26 points I lost on just that. The table seating I did alright on. I got some pivot points a little wrong in some areas. He wrote that in blue. And then those tables I kind of got wrong, but section 1 I completely screwed that whole thing up because I started the one at the wrong spot. But yeah, I mean, I got 82%, so I didn't do, at least I didn't get like terrible. Like I said, you know, she said that there was one guy that came in here and got a 27% on the first test the first time he took it. So, and the other lady that's supposed to be hosting came in, looked at the test, and just said, I'm going to fail this, and turned around and left. So I don't even know if she's coming back. It's no joke. These tests are really hard. They're really thorough about making sure you know what you're doing whenever you're going to serve here. Which is good, because at least I'll know whenever I get through all these tests and I actually get out there on my own, I'm not being thrown to the wolves. I know, and they know that I know what I'm doing. So, yep, failed the first test. But it's all good, because I get to redo it tomorrow, and I'm going to pass tomorrow. You get 2 chances. If you don't do the first time, you got a second chance. And I'm not going to find out what happens on the second chance of failing, because I'm going to pass. Well, I'm back home, and they gave me the, well, I showed you guys the test I filled out with the percentage on there and everything, so I got to study that and whatnot, which is good. And like I said, you know, it's just the abbreviations that hung me up. The other part I breezed through. I was shocked at how quickly I actually got done with the test, and so were they. They were all talking about how everybody was all discussing how I was like breezing through the test, and they were for sure that I was going to pass it, but daggone abbreviations hung me up. But I'll knock that out as far as studying and whatnot tonight, and I have no doubt that I'll pass the test tomorrow. So, and if I don't, for some crazy reason, if I don't, then I'd find a different job, because I only give you 2 chances to take the test. So, but I'll pass it. I'll pass it. Text message. So I've got to show you guys something. Dad brought home some sticky notes, just, you know, in case, you know, where I'm going to be working for, you know, 2 jobs. And he's got his one job where we're probably hardly ever going to see each other. So he bought some sticky notes, you know, leave a message in case we need something done or whatever. But look at these. How cool is that? It's like a spirally thing. That is too freaking, it's really cool. Like, I don't want to use it. I want to like put it in a glass case and just, that's weird. I know, I'm weird. In this clip right now. So I'm just sitting here looking over these table numbers, and I noticed something that is rather interesting. Alright, if you look on the sheet where they gave us, right here on the training sheet, you see there's 1, 5, 1, 6, and 1, 7, right? If you look over here, same section, that's not there. And the fact that there's not 2 tables there, and there's 1, changes up the numbers. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's really only 10, and on this thing right here it's saying that there is 11. It's saying that there's 11. So that's a fluke. And then turns out some of these abbreviations that are right here aren't even on the test. Like, no, I mean, some of the abbreviations on the test aren't even on the sheet. So I'm like, get your crap up to date. Alright guys, well, I'm gonna hit the sack. It's been an eventful day, stressful, and it sucks that I failed the first test. It does, but I have another opportunity tomorrow at 4 to redeem myself, which I will. I'm gonna pass the test. And you know what, even if I don't, then the way I look at it is just maybe I'm not supposed to work there right now. Or, you know what I mean? Like, maybe there's a better serving job out there for me. Or whatever, you know? I don't know. It doesn't mean I'm not going to try my hardest. I am. But if worse comes to worse, I'm not going to get all bummed out about it. Like, oh, I failed and never. That's stupid. I'll just go and I'll find something better. If that happens. I doubt it will. But it's always good to have a plan B. But I'm going to jump off here, and I reckon I will see you guys tomorrow.